ride the gap. Okay, so that's the trade. Entry 56.17, stop at 55.45, target at 59.99. Now, as for me personally, I will go ahead and let you know, because I'm straight up and honest with everybody, that I am at a point with my clients at this moment. I'm not taking any trades unless it's on a 60-minute chart. Um, and that's because of me and my personal decision that I made on my trading plan. Um, there we go. It scares me every time. So maybe next month I'll take trades on my 5-minute chart. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so gapped up to right at entry. It is right at entry. The best thing to do is just hold on and wait a minute and see if it carries momentum. So I'll give up a few more cents just to see if it keeps going. Uh, let's see. Robert had a question. So is it okay to have a trade in the opposite direction of existing DDM trade? I have no problem taking a trade in the opposite direction as long as it's not on the same chart. You do not want to take a trade on uh, DDM 60-minute long and then SPY 60-minute short. Okay, that makes no sense. But since you have to trade on your charts and keep your charts separate, you want to have, if you have the 5-minute DDM long trade, then you're fine. No big deal. Stay in it. And you can always go short on another one. Because your stop is so far away, most likely that you're going to be just fine. It's all about momentum. If it was gapping way up here, I would have just told you just to go ahead and market order in. But since it just gapped up right to entry, you want to wait just a little bit longer and see if it has momentum to keep going. A lot of you never know what it's going to do at the gap. That's why it's always difficult to determine. You don't know if it's going to gap up, keep going. You don't know if it's going to gap up, retrace, and then keep going. You don't know if it's going to gap up, retrace, and keep going in the opposite direction. You just never know. And whoever tells you that they know what the gap is going to do is most likely full of it, because I don't care. I don't care if it gaps up from way down here all the way to way up here off the screen, off the chart. You would think that it keeps on going, but it doesn't necessarily keep on going. And you can take odds, but you could probably, if you were a statistical person or an engineer person, you could probably take odds and back test and see how many times it does this and how many times it does that. And if it's over 50%, go ahead and try it. But I think it's more like a quarter. Every time you flip a quarter, heads or tails, no matter if you have 10 heads in a row and 0 tails, the next time you flip a quarter is still 50-50. I think I treat these gaps the same way. It's just, you don't know what it's going to do, so don't even think about it. Don't even try to worry about it. Just try through experience, which I'm trying to teach you guys, um, years of experience in just a couple of short months. At this point right here, I like to refer to myself as being um, Braveheart. That part where he's telling his army to hold. I'm not going to say it the way he does it in the movie, but if you've seen Braveheart, you know what I'm talking about. So there's our original entry. Here's the one that I'm waiting for. Now, some of you may be thinking, okay, how does CCI and RSI does not affect Jack when it comes to gaps? Okay, good question. Good question. But if it gaps, it's RSI is going to be over the 80 every time, or below the 20 every time almost. So you can't. Nothing can can help you out with the gap except experience of just knowing that you need to, if it comes close to your entry, that you need to give it a little bit more space to see if it has momentum. If you're a momentum trader, you need momentum to put your mind at ease. Like I said, if it would have gapped way up here, I just would have market ordered in, said screw it, just let it go. Since it gapped up right to entry, you want to give it a little bit more of a few cents to see if it carries momentum. Now, some of you who are used to trading the other way might think, okay, well, if we're waiting for here and it comes back down, why don't I go ahead and buy here? You don't want to do that. That's not momentum trading. That's counter trend trading or whatever. When it comes up, comes back down. Okay, now look, now let's go ahead and buy our original entry, which was this area here. You could use this area as an entry. Why don't I just buy here? It came up here, now I'm getting a better price. Who cares about getting a better price?